Hey traders, you know what? Let me tell you. Let me say something here. Do you know the market sees things before we see things? Do you know the market? The market actually sees things before we actually see things. Do you know the market might be seeing things right now before we actually see things? Let me get straight into it right now. Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Alrighty traders, the market sees things before we see things, right? So, looking at the actual market itself, guys, what I'm saying by that is this: is let's go to I'm looking at GDX right now, but I'll share something with you when it comes to the mining sector in just a minute. Looking at the stock market right now is the reason why I say the market see things before the market see things is what if this is the peak inflation? Oh, John, you're an idiot. You're wrong again. You have no idea what you're talking about. Inflation's going to the moon and it's never coming back down again. Really? What if this is peak inflation here? What if, right? Let's actually go down that rabbit hole right now. What if this is peak inflation right now? Do you know that when the market goes through the inflationary period times, that the best times to be investing in stocks is when the peak inflation was there and we started to drop inflation. Now, traders, for me personally, my personal opinion out of this, which means Jack Diddle, but I believe we're going to see a deflationary period, right? We can't have an inflationary period and the whole economy going into recession. That's oxymoron. Is that the right word? Oxymoron. Like the yin and the yang, like they just don't go together. Makes sense? You don't have a boom and a bust happening at the same time, right? That's like you taking a pre-workout and going to the gym and then having a nap. That doesn't happen. No, you're going to be like, let's go, right? I'm thinking about the gym because I'm about to go to the gym, but I wanted to get this market update for you, right? I wanted to get the market update for you. I've just finished an hour and a half coaching session that I do every week for my private clients, and it was just such an incredible coaching session for them. I'm so proud of my traders. They're just doing. I'm so proud of them, how they're viewing the markets, how they trade the markets, and some of them have just come such a long way. So I'm just so proud of them. If you are interested in learning about my trading system, very first thing in the description, guys. Just click on that and you can go join my next webinar to learn about the trading system. But the whole thing about that is, let's actually revert back to here. If the market sees things before we see things, because here's what I mean by that. When we're looking at the markets, okay? When we're looking at the markets and we're trading the markets, what happens is the market starts to move in a direction before we actually see the thing come out in the markets. So what I mean by that is this, is that the market will start to see inflation peaking. Therefore, the market will probably start to find a bottom and start to make its way back up, right? It will start to make its way back up and we'll start to trend up to new highs. The market will start to do that before we actually see that, before we see the reasoning why. If the market finds a bottom here and it goes to 4,800, and then 3 months down the road, you're like, oh, look, inflation's dropping. That's why the market's rising. Yeah, the market rose first because it was seeing things before we actually see things. The market was seeing that the inflation's going to drop. It was giving us a bit of a preempt that, hey, here comes inflation to the downside, right? And then the market rise. What if we're finding a bottom right now? What if we're finding that? Because we're definitely not in the bear market right now, guys. We're not in the bear market, okay? We're just sideways. This is not a bear market. This is just, right? Nothing, right? So we still could be getting ready for a very, very, very big upward move through here. And if I was a little betting man through here, right? Little bit of a betting man through here, my little bit of a betting man says that if I'm right about the inflation, and things start to pull back inflation, if my little betting man scenario says that we're probably going to see the inflation drop, and then we're probably going to see the market rise, because the market sees things before we actually see things, right? So that's what I'm seeing through there. Anyway, I could be wrong. Leave a comment below, guys. Has the inflation peaked or has it not? What's going to happen? Actually, I might do a poll with that. So that's actually good. I'll do a poll with that as well. So anyway, so that's what I'm seeing through there. Moving over now through to the gold mining stocks. And the gold mining stocks, guys, it's really interesting because we may be getting a rally in the stock market. And I'm actually also expecting a rally in the mining sector. Mining sector is holding strong through here. Strong like bull, right? Actually, it's actually not strong like bull yet. But it's really holding here. You can see it's really not doing much for the last sort of couple of months, about a couple months through here. So we had to move down, and then with this overall move sideways through here, right? Really not much going on through there. So I'm actually expecting this to happen out of the mining sector. So the rally in the mining sector, I'm expecting to happen. And looking at some of the actual mining stocks, such as NEM, we can see that we're really basing out here again. So I'm actually expecting to see possibly, we're definitely basing out here, aren't we? Yep. So possibly NEM, possibly a rise back up to 42 level. Yeah, somewhere about there. 40. This next major resistance, which is that 42 to 44 level. So that's NEM. So again, this is not a change in trend. This is because we're just the elastic band is stretched so much that we're probably going to snap back to there. Then we may continue down or not, but we'll see what actually happens back then. Right now, my main focus is we're probably likely to see a rally back up to there. Plus also looking at gold as well too, which is Barrick gold. And we've been trending down through here. So to me, I'm expecting to see actually possibly gold actually break out and then possibly even start to see a move back up to the upside. Only because we've just done so much. If we do get a breakout, if we do get something like this, guys, here, it's going to be like an end of move. And then we're probably going to start to see at least a move back up like that, being more of an end of trend or end of moves type of thing, right? So we've been coming down, nothing much going on, and then we're probably likely to start to see a reversal like that happening from there. Let's go have a look at gold as well too. And the gold market, you can see, really it's not. Oh, it's like, ooh, is it false breakout or what? So, the thing that I've been watching for and waiting for gold is because what happens here is that if we have a support line, this, and if the market comes down like this, down, and then breaks down like that, this is probably the end of that downward move, and then we'll probably like to get a bit of a pullback or at least a bit of a sideways phase, okay? Something like that, and then maybe a continuation. So that's where right here was never a good idea to go short. But if we continue to go sideways like this, scenario one, and break up like that, that'll tell me that's now the stops have been run, and we're now getting ready for a movement back to the upside. Scenario number one there. Scenario number two for me is by looking at the good old stocky market, and we're seeing this move through here, and then a move down like that. We'll possibly see gold down like that. Now, what I'm seeing in the overall markets is if the peak, this actually might sound really weird, right? Because it's like, why didn't gold rise when the inflation was going up? Now inflation's going down, gold's going to rise. Maybe, right? Maybe. Is gold going to do that? Are we about to see a peak inflation, which I personally believe? Are we about to see a peak in inflation? And that peak in inflation, the market's going to see things before we see things. And maybe the market's going to start to rally, meaning the stock market, the mining sector, and maybe even just gold as well. Traders, I want to invite you to my webinar that I'm running today. And on this webinar, I'm going to share with you all the details to my #1 trading system for the last 17 years and how I only trade 1 hour per day. Plus, also going to be learning the 3 secrets that I had to master over the last 17 years to generate a really good income. If you go to johnsfreetraining.com, or there should be a link in the description, click on that. Go over there right now, register. If you are struggling with the trading right now, I promise you this is going to completely game change, because you're going to understand why you are going backwards and why you're losing money. And then I'm going to teach you exactly what the system I use that gets me a really high % win-loss ratio. So this is what I want you to do right now. Go to johnsfreetraining.com. Go over there, register for my webinar right now today, because you're going to absolutely love it. Or there should be a link in the description. And I look forward to seeing you on the webinar. So go to that right now, and I look forward to seeing you on my next webinar. Go to that right now. Go to johnsfreetraining.com. Go to that right now.